Your dog follows you to the bathroom every single time. You're barely out of your chair before they're up, tracking your movement, positioning themselves outside the door, or if you allow it, sitting directly in front of you while you're at your most vulnerable. Most people assume it's about separation anxiety or simple attachment. Some think it's protective behavior, the dog standing guard. Both of these explanations feel right. Neither captures what's actually happening in your dog's brain during these moments. Number 1. The separation response begins before you move. In 2019, researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest used eye-tracking technology to monitor 42 dogs watching their owners in everyday home environments. What they found changes how we understand canine attention. Dogs began showing measurable stress responses not when owners left the room, but during the micro-movements that preceded leaving. A shift in posture, a glance toward the door, the specific way someone sets down their phone. The dog's pupils dilated an average of 2.3 seconds before the owner stood up. This is not anxiety about being left alone. This is predictive monitoring. Your dog has mapped every behavioral pattern that precedes your departure from a room, and their brain is running probability calculations before you've consciously decided to move. Dr. Adam Miklosi, who led the study, found that dogs demonstrated this anticipatory response in 91% of observed bathroom trips, significantly higher than departures to other rooms. The bathroom, it turns out, has become one of the most predictable sequences in your shared routine. Your dog isn't following you. They're staying synchronized with a pattern they've learned predicts a brief but certain separation. Number 2. Pack cohesion. Biology overrides domestication. A 2017 study by Dr. Monique Udell at Oregon State University revealed something that contradicts what most training literature suggests about modern dogs. Researchers tested 38 dogs across varying levels of human socialization, from pets to working dogs to semi-feral populations. When isolated from their primary human, cortisol levels spiked within 4 minutes for domesticated dogs. But the physiological response wasn't what researchers expected. The stress markers mirrored those found in wolves separated from pack members during vulnerable activities like sleeping or eliminating waste. Dogs retain the neurological wiring that treats isolation during vulnerable moments as a survival threat. In the wild, canids maintain visual or auditory contact with pack members specifically during these high-risk activities. Your bathroom trip triggers this ancient protocol. A companion study from 2018 measured heart rate variability in 56 dogs during owner bathroom visits versus other separations. Dogs showed a 23% higher stress response when the owner went to the bathroom compared to stepping outside or going to another room. The difference matters because bathrooms represent enclosed spaces where the dog loses multiple sensory channels at once. Sight, sound becomes muffled, and scent trails are disrupted by closed doors and ventilation. From your dog's neurological perspective, you've entered a vulnerability zone and broken pack cohesion during a high-risk moment. Number 3. The caudate nucleus and reward prediction. Here's where it gets neurologically specific. In 2012, Dr. Gregory Burns at Emory University conducted fMRI studies on dogs, training them to remain completely still in an MRI machine to measure brain activity during various scenarios. When dogs heard their owner's footsteps approaching the bathroom, the caudate nucleus showed activation patterns identical to those seen before receiving food rewards. This is the same brain region that lights up in humans when anticipating something positive. But there's a second factor that study revealed. The caudate response wasn't triggered by the owner's return from the bathroom. It activated before and during the bathroom trip itself. What researchers found is that dogs have learned to associate the bathroom routine with a guaranteed outcome. The owner always comes back, usually within a predictable time frame of 2 to 5 minutes. Your dog's brain has essentially turned your bathroom trips into a highly reliable reward prediction exercise. The act of following you, maintaining proximity, and waiting becomes neurologically reinforcing because the outcome, your return, has a 100% success rate in their experience. A 2020 follow-up study by Dr. Burns tested 31 dogs and found that dogs who were prevented from following their owners to the bathroom showed delayed caudate activation upon the owner's return, suggesting the following behavior itself is part of the rewarding ritual, not just the reunion. Number 4. Scent mapping and territory monitoring. Research from 2016 at Duke University's Canine Cognition Center examined how dogs process spatial information when owners move through the home. Dr. Brian Hare's team discovered that dogs maintain what they call scent geography, a mental map of where family members' scent concentrations exist throughout the house. The bathroom represents a scent anomaly. It's where your scent is strongest and most frequently refreshed, but it's also where you're periodically inaccessible. When tested with 47 dogs, researchers found that 83% chose to wait outside bathrooms their owners have just entered rather than settling in other rooms, even when those rooms contained the owner's recently worn clothing or bedding. The bathroom door becomes a concentration point for scent information that's actively being generated but temporarily blocked. Dogs position themselves an average of 18 inches from bathroom doors, close enough to monitor scent seepage from the gap beneath the door. What's happening is a form of olfactory surveillance. Your dog isn't waiting because they miss you. They're maintaining sensory contact through the only channel still available to them. A related study from 2018 showed that dogs who were able to smell their owner through a bathroom door gap showed 34% lower cortisol levels than dogs whose owners used bathrooms with sealed doors, suggesting that scent access alone provides significant stress reduction during these separations. Number 5. Social referencing and the closed-door problem. In 2021, researchers at Kyoto University studied how dogs respond to closed doors versus open doors when owners are behind them. They tested 52 dogs across various scenarios. The finding was specific. Dogs showed more intense following behavior and waiting behavior at closed bathroom doors than at open ones, even when the open door meant they could see the owner was safe and occupied. This seems contradictory until you understand what Dr. Takefumi Kikusui's team discovered about canine social referencing. Dogs use human facial expressions and body language to assess environmental safety. When you're behind a closed door, they've lost the ability to read you, which means they've lost their primary tool for evaluating whether your current situation is safe. The closed door doesn't just separate you physically, it creates an information void. Dogs tested in the study attempted to gain visual access an average of 7.3 times during a typical 3-minute bathroom visit, using pawing, nosing the door gap, or repositioning themselves to look under or around the door. This is active information-seeking behavior. Your dog has learned that you're their most reliable source of safety information, and when that source disappears behind a barrier, their drive to restore that information channel intensifies. The bathroom, because it almost always involves a closed door in human homes, has become the most consistent trigger for this information-seeking response. Number 6. What this means for your relationship right now. Every research finding points to the same core mechanism. Your dog has constructed a detailed understanding of your patterns, and the bathroom trip represents multiple neurological priorities converging at once. Pack cohesion biology, reward prediction, scent monitoring, and social referencing all activate simultaneously. This isn't neediness or dysfunction. This is your dog's brain doing exactly what evolution designed it to do, using every tool available to maintain connection with their primary social partner during a moment that triggers ancient vulnerability protocols. The next time your dog follows you to the bathroom, here's what's actually happening. Their brain registered your pre-departure micro-movements 2 to 3 seconds before you stood up. Their stress response activated not from separation anxiety, but from pack cohesion protocols that identify isolated vulnerable moments as high risk. Their caudate nucleus began anticipating the reward of your guaranteed return, making the act of following you neurologically reinforcing. They're monitoring your scent through whatever gaps exist in the door, maintaining the only sensory channel still available. And they're positioned where they can restore visual contact the instant the door opens, because they've temporarily lost their primary tool for assessing your safety. None of this is dysfunctional. All of it is your dog caring for you using the only systems they have. If this changed how you understand what's happening when you close that bathroom door, let me know in the comments. And subscribe because we're breaking down the science behind everything your dog does, one behavior at a time.